Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Preston Endress. The Luzerne County Government Study Commission will be holding a public hearing on Tuesday, June 7th at the Luzerne County Operations Building in Wyoming. This will be the first public hearing hosted by the study commissions to discuss revisions to the county's Home Rule Charter. The Home Rule Charter was approved by county voters in 2010 and introduced several changes, including an 11-member county council and a professional manager. The Government Study Commission has made proposals to streamline Luzerne County's home charter by decreasing the number of council members from 11 to 7. The public hearing will give county residents the opportunity to give feedback on the proposed charter, which will be finalized and voted on in the November of 2025 general election. Luzerne County Manager Imelda Krokmo said that the public hearing is a valuable way for residents to stay informed about what is happening in county government and to have their voice heard.
Everybody should be as informed as possible. They want to do some changes in our form of government, and all politics is local. County government affects each and every one of us every day. So listen carefully before you make a decision as to what the Government Study Commission wants done. And this is one venue to do that.
Anyone unable to attend the hearing can email comments to the Commission at gscm@luzernecounty.org. The Luzerne County Operations Building is located at 1199 Wyoming Avenue in Wyoming. A woman from McAdoo is behind bars following an alleged violent incident Tuesday night. According to PA State Police at Frackville, authorities responded to gunshot reports around 9 p.m. on June 10th. According to investigators, two male neighbors got into a physical confrontation when the wife of one of the males brought out a firearm and began to shoot at the opposing male. Police say the wife has been identified as 51-year-old Jennifer Villa, who has been charged with criminal homicide, aggravated assault, simple assault, recklessly endangering another person, discharge of a firearm into an occupied structure, and terroristic threats. A man is wanted by the Hazleton City Police Department. 18-year-old Anthony Almonte, who also goes by the nickname Spooky, is wanted on drug and firearm charges. Almonte is described by police as a Hispanic male who stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighs 165 pounds, has black hair, and brown eyes. He has been charged with firearm not to be carried without a license, possession of marijuana, and use/possession of drug paraphernalia. Anyone with information on Almonte's whereabouts is asked to call 911 or to submit a tip to the Hazleton City Police Crime Watch page. Coming up on WYLN News, Patchtown Days returns to Eckley Miners Village. Plus, Hazleton Public Transit announces an upcoming closure for Flag Day. But first we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Brought to you by Lehigh Valley Health Network and Jefferson Health. Investing in your well-being and building healthier communities because more expertise and convenient care mean better outcomes and a healthier you. Learn more at lvhn.org/Jefferson.
My name is Alexander Bonomo. I'm 12 years old, and tomorrow's WYLN forecast is partly cloudy.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
This week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, Nicole Bookman and our star Damien is going to explain why the birth process could be traumatizing to the baby and how a chiropractic adjustment is safe, gentle, and maybe every baby should get a chiropractic analysis just to see if their neck's in alignment. Watch the show.
Welcome back to WYLN News. Patchtown Days is returning to Eckley Miners Village this weekend. Patchtown Days is an annual festival held at the historic coal mining Patchtown that showcases the vibrant culture of Pennsylvania's anthracite region. During the event, visitors will have the opportunity to interact with reenactors, listen to live music, and tour the historic site. Over 20 crafters will also be on site demonstrating and selling traditional wares. Highlights at this year's festival will include a Civil War hospital encampment, broom-making workshops, and cultural performances featuring Irish and Ukrainian dance. The festival will run from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday, June 14th and Sunday, June 15th. Admission is $10 for adults, $9 for seniors, and $8 for youth. Children under 2 are free. For additional information about the event, you can visit their website at eckleyminersvillage.com. The Hazleton Public Transit Office has announced an upcoming closure in observance of Flag Day. According to officials, the Public Transit Office will be closed on Friday, June 13th, and will reopen on Monday, June 16th. The Church Street station will remain open during the holiday, and the buses will continue to run. For additional information about the routes and the schedule, you can visit ridehpt.com. Coming up on Frackville's News Choice, Chris Fulmer leads us down the path through history with Montoursville Part 1. And stay right here on WYLN. We'll be right back.
Lehigh Valley Health Network is now proudly part of Jefferson Health. And when two healthcare leaders come together for the community, you can expect more. More access. More doctors. More convenience. Jefferson Health and Lehigh Valley Health Network. Together for the future of care.
Something is out there. What it is, no one knows. However, since its first sighting, there have been numerous reports of strange lights in the night sky. Some say they are extraterrestrials, flying saucers. But to all of those seemingly unrelated uncertainties, there is one common thread.
Solo Spaceman. Watch Solo Spaceman on WYLN Thursdays at 1:30, Saturdays at 7, and Sundays at 4:30.
WYLN TV 35 is expanding and is on the hunt for a dynamic salesperson to join our vibrant team. If you've got the passion and the drive, we want to hear from you. Send your resume to the email displayed on your screen. Don't miss this great opportunity.
Are you waking up in the morning with a sore jaw, headaches, maybe even ringing in your ears, all because you're grinding and clenching your teeth at night? That's exactly what was going on with me. I end up going to a dentist and he wants to charge over $600 for a night guard. That's when I found this, the Brooks Night Guard. This was a game changer. It's smaller than other night guards that I tried, which is a good thing because it doesn't make me gag. It could fit on the top or the bottom of the teeth. It's lightweight and super comfortable. Now the Brux Night Guard redirects the bite force away from the back teeth, reducing jaw pain while still protecting the teeth. This unique design is what makes Brux Night Guard different from all other traditional grind guards. Go to bruxnightguard.com and order yours today. Your teeth will thank you for it in the morning.
Go to bruxnightguard.com and use the promo code to activate your special TV offer. That's bruxnightguard.com. Order today and take advantage of this special TV offer. Your teeth will thank you for it in the morning.
Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35. Attention WYLN viewers, WYLN TV can now be seen on the Hazelton Service Electric Cablevision HD tier, channel 507, and over the air at 35.1. WYLN, we're your local network.
My name is Alexander Bonomo. I'm 12 years old, and tomorrow's WYLN forecast is partly cloudy.
A Path Through History is sponsored by the Old Jail Museum, 128 West Broad Street in Jim Thorpe. Call 570-325-5259 or visit them online at theoldjailmuseum.com.
In the early colonial era, the Native American village of Otsawatonkan stood at the confluence of the Susquehanna River's West Branch and Loyalsock Creek, along the Great Schmoken Path Trail that had been used for natives by eons. Moravian missionaries heading into the Susquehanna Valley frequently stopped there for rests, perhaps most notably Count Nicolaus Zinzendorf, who arrived in 1742. The longtime leader of Otsawatonkan would be the Algonquin chiefess Madame Montour. Originally from Quebec, she had been abducted by the Iroquois and assimilated into the Iroquois tribe. She had come to central Pennsylvania in 1727 when her husband Carondewana was appointed by the Shawnee as a representative to the provincial council. Madame Montour was fluent in both French and English, although she strongly supported the British in colonial matters, and chose to be hospitable to European settlers entering the Susquehanna Valley, despite the atrocities the settlers sometimes committed on the natives that lived there. She had 3 children, the most prominent of whom would be her youngest son Andrew, who was an interpreter for colonial emissary Conrad Weiser, and who served in the French and Indian War for the British, most notably with George Washington at Fort Necessity. Madame Montour eventually moved west with Andrew to Juniata County and later further west to the Pittsburgh area, to what would be named Montour's Island, where she died in 1753. Her name, however, would eventually be bestowed on the community that would rise up on Otsawatonkan's site. And rise this town would, notably thanks to John Burroughs. Born in Rahway, New Jersey, Burroughs as a child worked in the Postal Service with his father, carrying mail between New York City and Philadelphia. This experience would serve him well upon the outbreak of the Revolution. Burroughs joined the Continental Army as a courier and saw extensive service during the duration of the Revolution, an experience that saw him participate in both the crossing of the Delaware before the Battle of Trenton and the harsh winter at Valley Forge. Burroughs became much trusted by Washington during his service, so much so that when Burroughs' house was shot out from under him during the Battle of Monmouth, Washington personally found a new horse for him. After the war, Burroughs moved to Muncie, where he became successful enough that he was a distiller and was able to purchase 570 acres of land around the delta of Loyalsock Creek. Burroughs started selling the land to settlers, and soon a town started rising on the site. Initially, the settlers created their enclaves by their ethnicity. German immigrants settled in the east side of the community, which became known as Coffee Town, and the English immigrants set down roots on the west side, which became Tea Town. John Burroughs remained a prominent figure in the area, building the first grist mill in what became Montoursville, and was elected Lycoming County Commissioner in 1802 and to the Pennsylvania Senate in 1808. He died in 1837. And the town he purchased continued to grow. For a time, it even had a celebrity in its midst in former Governor John Schultz, who had retired to the Montoursville area following his time in Harrisburg. Originally born in Tulpehocken Township, Schultz served as governor of Pennsylvania from 1823 to 1829. Deciding not to seek a third term, he came to the Montoursville area hoping to farm in his retirement. But while he built a brick house on his property and donated land for construction of the Union Church, the former governor proved to not be a very good farmer, and his land was soon seized to pay off debts incurred from a failed lawsuit. Schultz would be hit with several more lawsuits afterwards, and eventually moved to Lancaster in 1846. He passed away there in 1852. Today, the house in which the former governor once lived in Montoursville is the Governor Schultz House Bed and Breakfast. By 1835, the West Branch Canal had been completed from Northumberland to Farrensville along Susquehanna's West Branch. Montoursville, where Lock 27 in the canal stood, would be among the communities that would reap the benefits of the new waterway. Goods would flow up and down the canal, opening Montoursville to the wider world until its closure around 1900. The waterways will also be a boon for one of Montoursville's notable early businesses, lumbering. The woods along Loyalsock Creek were teeming with trees that were perfect for many industrial uses, and lumberjacks felled many of them, then lashed them together into rafts and floated them downstream to sawmills, which included the Emery, Fisher, and Ripton mills in the Montoursville area. Often, however, these log rafts would crash along the creek, with frequently fatal results. And a legend, perhaps definitively told by prominent early Pennsylvania historian Henry Shoemaker, grew up around the Axons, the siren of the Loyalsock. In life, the legend went, she had been a young Mingo girl, Sweet Cecily Powderhorn, who lived with her family along Loyalsock Creek. She was in love with another native youth, Wild William Winters, who worked on a nearby farm. Every evening, Sweet Cecily went to the river and sang for her beloved when he rode past after work, and her singing was also greatly appreciated by the raftsmen who passed by. On one fateful night, Wild William was late in arriving, but Sweet Cecily decided to go to the riverbank and sing for him anyway. This time, however, her singing attracted a different raftsman, one with malice in his heart. He tried to force himself upon her, and when she resisted, he choked the life out of her. Wild William arrived in the scene at this time and chased the offender off, but he was too late to save Sweet Cecily, who died in his arms. Wild William carried the body of his beloved back to her father's house, and Mr. Powderhorn promptly went to Williamsport to demand justice, but the sheriff, with prejudicing it against Native Americans in his heart, refused to help. Soon after, it was told, Sweet Cecily's spirit decided to enact supernatural justice, as her now ghostly singing could be heard along the Loyalsock's riverbanks. Any passerby who listened to it would be pulled into the rocks to crash and drown. Eventually, as would be the case all over America, railroads superseded the canals, offering the convenience of year-round travel that the canals could not. In Montoursville, the Catawissa Railroad would be the first to reach town. Its tracks would later be leased to the Philadelphia and Reading Railroad, which had a station on the east side of Loyalsock Creek. For close to 100 years, until its merger into Conrail, the Reading gave Montoursville residents access to the wider world.
My name is Alexander Bonomo. I'm 12 years old, and tomorrow's WYLN forecast is partly cloudy.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Renai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. Hey, did you know WYLN posts news stories and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, Fresh from the Farm, Everyday Heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. WYLN, the local leader on social media. We're your local network.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Hello, I'm WYLN historian Chris Fulmer. Pennsylvania's communities are filled with interesting history. Come with me as we discover the people, events, industries, and other historic facets of local towns.
You're watching WYLN TV 35.